I used to believe Asia's future belonged to countries like Japan, China, or Singapore, the usual giants everyone talks about. They had the money, the infrastructure, and the reputation. But then, I went to the Philippines, and everything I thought I knew about Asia changed. When I first heard about the Philippines, my image was the same as what most outsiders probably have: poverty, traffic jams, corruption, and constant political drama. It was often portrayed as a country that couldn't quite keep up with its neighbors. To me, it seemed like a beautiful place for tourism, but not a country shaping the future of Asia. Then I actually saw it. Modern skylines in Bonifacio Global City, organized metro projects in Cebu, and young professionals leading tech startups in Manila. Everywhere I looked, I saw innovation, confidence, and progress. The so-called chaos I expected was being replaced by the sound of construction, creativity, and ambition. It wasn't just me noticing it either. Investors, vloggers, and digital nomads from around the world are suddenly calling the Philippines Asia's best-kept secret. From booming tech zones to record economic growth, this country isn't just catching up, it's breaking out. And the truth hit me hard. The world has been so busy looking at the big players like China and Japan that it completely missed one of the most exciting transformations happening right now in the Philippines. So today, we're diving deep into a simple but powerful question. How did this country everyone underestimated become one of Asia's most promising rising stars? And more importantly, why is the world finally starting to notice? The old image of the Philippines. For decades, the Philippines carried a reputation it didn't deserve. When foreigners thought of Asia's success stories, they mentioned Japan's technology, China's factories, and Singapore's cleanliness, but never the Philippines. Media coverage often focused on its struggles, natural disasters, political scandals, or poverty rates. What people didn't see was the resilience underneath. While others underestimated it, the Philippines quietly built something powerful: a service-driven, globally connected economy. Even when global recessions hit, Filipino workers kept the country moving. Overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, brought home billions every year, keeping families afloat and fueling growth. And back home, industries like BPOs, business process outsourcing, were turning Manila, Cebu, and Davao into digital service hubs for the world. The old story was about survival. The new story is about transformation. The same determination that kept the country going through hard times is now driving a full-scale economic and cultural revival. Filipinos have always been known for their warmth, resilience, and adaptability. But now, those traits are powering a new kind of growth. The Philippines is no longer just reacting to global trends, it's helping shape them. Its workforce is young, English-speaking, and tech-savvy. Its cities are evolving, and its industries are diversifying. From call centers to creative agencies, the country is exporting more than labor, it's exporting ideas. The world is finally starting to notice. And the old image of the Philippines is being replaced, not by hype, but by hard-earned progress. This is no longer a story of what the Philippines lacks. It's a story of what it's building. The modern Philippines. Step into Manila today, and you'll find skyscrapers, coffee startups, and tech companies everywhere. The city's skyline looks more like Singapore's every year, and its energy feels like Silicon Valley. In Cebu, innovation meets the sea, with international companies opening offices next to beaches and resorts. Even smaller cities like Iloilo and Clark are rising fast, becoming magnets for business and tourism. The Philippines is no longer just a country of workers, it's becoming a nation of creators. Tech parks, fintech startups, and AI firms are now attracting investors from Japan, South Korea, and the US. Young Filipinos are building apps, launching YouTube channels, and selling products to global markets from their laptops. It's a generation that speaks perfect English, understands Western culture, and has the ambition to compete globally. What's happening now isn't random. It's a generational shift. The Philippines has become young, connected, and unstoppable. Co-working spaces are popping up in every major city. Digital nomads are choosing the Philippines for its affordability and energy. Local governments are investing in smart city infrastructure and green development. Education is evolving, with tech-focused programs and global partnerships. Filipino creators are gaining global audiences, not just in entertainment, but in design, coding, and entrepreneurship. The country's digital economy is booming, and its startup scene is maturing. This isn't just modernization, it's transformation. The Philippines is stepping into a new identity, not as a follower, but as a leader in Asia's next chapter. The economic surge. The numbers back it up. In 2025, the Philippines is projected to grow at 6.5 to 7%, one of the fastest rates in Asia. Inflation is under control, foreign investment is rising, and exports are expanding beyond traditional goods. The country's stock market is regaining momentum, and the Philippine peso remains one of the most stable currencies in the region. One major reason: demographics. While countries like Japan and South Korea are aging, the Philippines has a median age of just 25. That means decades of productive labor, fresh ideas, and digital innovation ahead. It's a young economy built for the future, mobile-first, tech-literate, and globally aware. Even major tech companies are noticing. Microsoft, Amazon, and Google have expanded their presence in the Philippines, while local firms like PLDT and Globe Telecom are investing heavily in digital infrastructure. This isn't luck, it's strategy. The government is pushing hard to make the country an innovation hub, not just a labor exporter. New economic zones are being developed to attract foreign capital. Tax incentives and startup grants are helping local entrepreneurs scale globally. The Philippines is also investing in education and digital literacy. Coding boot camps, online learning platforms, and tech scholarships are preparing the next generation. Infrastructure projects like new airports, highways, and metro systems are improving connectivity. The country is becoming easier to do business in and more attractive to global investors. This surge isn't temporary. It's the beginning of a long-term economic transformation. The global workforce advantage. Filipinos are everywhere, from hospitals in London to cruise ships in Miami. Their reputation for hard work, loyalty, and communication skills makes them one of the most sought-after labor forces in the world. But what's changing now is that the world is coming to them. BPO companies from the US and Europe now prefer to base operations in Manila or Cebu. Why? Because the quality of work here rivals that of Western countries, but at a fraction of the cost. Filipinos don't just follow instructions. They think creatively and adapt fast. This global exposure is giving the Philippines a rare advantage, a workforce that blends local values with global experience. It's not just about cheap labor anymore. It's about high-value expertise. In the age of AI, creativity, empathy, and cultural fluency are more valuable than ever. Filipinos have all three. They're not just supporting global companies, they're helping lead them. Customer service, content creation, digital marketing, and software development are now core strengths. The Philippines is also becoming a hub for remote work and freelancing. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr are filled with Filipino professionals serving global clients. International schools and training centers are preparing workers for global careers. By 2030, experts predict the Philippines could be among the top 5 outsourcing destinations for digital and creative industries worldwide. This isn't just a workforce advantage, it's a national asset. And it's helping redefine the Philippines' role in the global economy. The influx of foreigners. Here is something most people don't realize. It's not just Filipinos leaving for opportunities abroad. Now, foreigners are moving into the Philippines. American entrepreneurs are setting up online businesses in Manila and Siargao. South Korean investors are building resorts in Cebu. Japanese retirees are choosing Davao for affordable healthcare and coastal living. The Philippines' welcoming culture, English-speaking population, and tropical climate make it one of the easiest Asian countries to move into. Even digital nomads from Europe are calling it their base of operations. With low cost of living, reliable internet, and open visa policies, the country is becoming Southeast Asia's new lifestyle capital. And this trend is reinforcing its economy. More foreigners mean more jobs, investments, and exposure to international markets. Foreign-run cafes, co-working spaces, and boutique hotels are popping up in every major city. International schools and wellness retreats are expanding to meet new demand. Local communities are benefiting from cultural exchange and new business models. What's unfolding is a quiet migration reversal. People who once saw the Philippines as a vacation spot now see it as a place to live, work, and build a future. It's not just tourism anymore, it's transformation. The Philippines is becoming a global home base. Infrastructure and investment. For years, Poor infrastructure held the country back. But 2025 marks a turning point. Massive government programs like Build Better More are changing the landscape, literally. New expressways connect provinces faster than ever. The Metro Manila subway, the country's first underground train, is nearing completion. Airports in Clark, Cebu, and Davao are being expanded to handle millions of new passengers. And beyond transport, tech infrastructure is booming, from data centers to renewable energy zones. Fiber internet is reaching rural areas, and smart city projects are underway. Foreign investors are pouring in. Japan, South Korea, and the UAE have all increased their funding in infrastructure and energy projects. It's not charity, it's smart business. Everyone sees where the growth is heading. Real estate developers are building mixed-use towers and green communities. Logistics firms are setting up regional hubs to serve Southeast Asia. The result? A country that was once considered developing is starting to look like a regional powerhouse in logistics, real estate, and digital connectivity. The Philippines is building not just roads, but a future. The cultural renaissance. Something special is happening culturally too. Filipino music, art, and film are going global. Artists are performing on international stages, while creators dominate YouTube and TikTok with millions of followers. The world is falling in love with Filipino talent, from fashion to gaming to filmmaking. Even Hollywood studios are outsourcing visual effects to Philippine-based companies. This isn't just entertainment, it's cultural export. At home, young Filipinos are redefining identity. They're proud of their roots, but globally connected, mixing Western tech with Filipino creativity. Cities like BGC and Cebu IT Park feel international, yet uniquely Filipino, with local coffee shops next to global headquarters. Filipino designers are winning awards, and indie films are making waves at global festivals. Traditional crafts are being reimagined for modern audiences. It's a generation showing the world that Filipino culture isn't just surviving, it's thriving on a global stage. From street murals to startup branding, Filipino creativity is becoming a global language, and the world is finally listening. So what's next for the Philippines? Experts predict that within the next decade, it could rise into the top 20 global economies. With a young population, digital transformation, and massive investments, it's positioned to become Southeast Asia's innovation and talent hub. Challenges remain: poverty gaps, climate threats, and political reform. But the momentum is unstoppable. Unlike before, the Philippines isn't waiting for outside help. It's creating its own path forward. Startups are scaling globally, and infrastructure is catching up fast. Education reforms and tech training are preparing the next generation. By 2035, cities like Cebu, Clark, and Iloilo could rival major Asian centers in infrastructure and innovation. And Manila? It could become one of Asia's next megacities, powered by its people, its culture, and its growing confidence. The Philippines isn't just rising, it's redefining what rising looks like. And the world is watching. The country's digital economy is expected to surpass $100 billion by the early 2030s. E-commerce, fintech, and AI-driven services are expanding rapidly. Government-backed innovation hubs are being built in regional cities, ensuring growth isn't limited to Metro Manila. The Philippines is also strengthening its ties with ASEAN neighbors, positioning itself as a regional logistics and trade gateway. Its ports are expanding, and new rail lines are connecting economic zones. Green energy is another frontier. With abundant sunlight and coastline, the country is investing in solar, wind, and hydro projects. This not only addresses climate concerns, but also creates jobs and energy independence. Tourism is rebounding too, not just for beaches, but for culture, cuisine, and digital nomad communities. The Philippines is becoming a lifestyle destination for global citizens. Its young workforce, fluent in English and digitally native, is attracting companies looking for talent that's both skilled and adaptable. By 2030, the country could become a top destination for remote teams and global startups. The education system is evolving to meet this future. More STEM programs, coding bootcamps, and international partnerships are being introduced. Filipino students are winning global competitions in robotics, math, and science. This is a generation ready to lead. The Philippines is also embracing smart governance. Cities are using data to improve traffic, waste management, and public safety. Digital IDs, e-governance platforms, and mobile services are making bureaucracy more efficient. All of this points to one thing. The Philippines isn't just catching up, it's setting the pace. It's proving that with vision, resilience, and investment in people, a nation can transform itself in a single generation. The next chapter is already being written, and it's bold, ambitious, and unmistakably Filipino. I'll be honest, I was wrong about the Philippines. It's not a struggling nation waiting to catch up. It is a country charging ahead, rewriting its own story. From booming industries to rising global influence, the Philippines has proven that progress doesn't just come from wealth, it comes from willpower. And now, the rest of the world is finally paying attention. This isn't just a feel-good story, it's a wake-up call. For decades, global narratives focused on the same few Asian giants. But while the spotlight stayed fixed, something remarkable was happening offstage. The Philippines was building, quietly, consistently, and with heart. It was investing in its people, its cities, and its future. And now, it's stepping into the spotlight. From Manila's tech corridors to Cebu's innovation hubs. From Davos' healthcare boom to Siargao's digital nomad scene. The country is showing the world what transformation really looks like. It's not just about GDP or skyscrapers. It's about resilience, creativity, and community. Filipinos are proving that global success can be rooted in local pride. They're blending tradition with technology, culture with commerce, and they're doing it on their own terms. So here's my question to you. Is the Philippines the next great Asian success story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Have you visited the Philippines? Would you consider living or working there? What surprised you most about its rise? Let's start a conversation, because this story deserves to be told. And if you believe the world needs to see what's really happening here, share this video. Send it to someone who still thinks of the Philippines as just a tourist destination. Show them the startups, the infrastructure, the talent, and the ambition. Because the Philippines isn't just changing, it's leading. It's leading in tech, in culture, in global relevance. It's leading with optimism, with youth, and with vision. And it's inviting the world to take part. This isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning. So hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're diving deeper into the rise of Asia's next powerhouses, and the Philippines is just the start. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the new face of Asia.